Hey everybody, how's it going? Today is Market Update Day. It's for the month of November. So we're always about a month behind because we have to close out the month in order to go back and see how that month, the previous month, actually did in terms of market activity. So we are looking at the month of November. So let me share with you. Let me share my screen and show you how the stats are looking, and then we can talk more about it. If you are catching me live, please give comments so that I can answer your questions, and we can have an interaction because that always makes it more fun. So here I am sharing. So this is the entire county. I am showing you basically where I get my information, which is out of our MLS straight to you. And I usually choose 4 zip codes, two that are zip codes for our office. So we have an office that is in University Heights, and a zip code for that office is 92116. And 92116 consists of Kensington, Normal Heights, and University Heights. And we also have another office that's in Del Mar, and 92014 is the zip code for Del Mar. So those are the 2 zip codes that I always like to cover because that's where we have a presence. And then surrounding areas. So 92130, which is Carmel Valley, is surrounding areas of Del Mar. So we cover that zip code as 92103, which is Hillcrest and Mission Hills, which is adjacent to University Heights, and I also like to cover that zip code. So let's go back and look at 92116, which is Kensington and Normal Heights. So we always compare November because that's the month that we have basically have a magnifying glass on. And then we also look at year to date because year to date is also important as far as where things are compared to last year about the same time. So as you can see, if we're looking at 92116 from November of last year to November of this year, we're slightly below. We very very slight, but we are the prices look a little bit lower than what they were November to November if we're comparing. And as you can see, monthly supply of inventory has gone up by a whole lot. The issue with inventory is overall inventory is still not that much, but if you compare from last year to this year, then we're looking at houses staying on the market for a lot longer. Now, if we're making a comparison from November of last year to November of this year, you can see that we're still up by 17.9%, which is significant. But if we compare, let's say from April of this year to November of this year, then there is a drop in prices. And so that's for single family homes. And then if we're looking at condos, you can see days on market, which is another very interesting indicator. Days on market last year in November were 24 days, and this year we are looking at 32 days. Now, in the market, in the condo market, the interesting thing in the condo market is prices have actually increased. And I think the reason for this, from November of last year to November of this year, the reason for this, I suspect, is because when you're talking about condos, you're talking about inventory that's lower in price. So affordability actually helps this number to stay up and have it keep growing. And if you are into charts, we also want to look at charts, and we want to compare how the whole MLS does in comparison to 92116. So this is for single family homes versus condos. Okay, so let's move on to Del Mar and see how that compares. So Del Mar looks like single family homes, November to November, November 2021 to November 2022. There has been a 13% decrease in price, but overall, we're seeing a 19% increase in price. And then on the condo side is quite the contrary. And this is basically the gap between the rich and the poor, right? Because your single family homes are above 2 million and your condos are much less in value. So over here you're looking at people that are very price sensitive. So interest rates have gone up and their buying ability has gone down dramatically, versus here you're looking at people that have higher income, so they may not be as affected or as price sensitive because they have more cash and they need to borrow less. So their behavior is not affected as much as people who are looking at condos. And supply of inventory, you can see the supply of inventory has gone up in single family homes, and also the same for condos. Both are up by huge numbers. Now, huge numbers, yes, but overall inventory, no. So we have gone up by 138% in single family homes, and for condos we have gone up by 300%. But if you look, we only have 2 months of inventory for condos and only 3 months of inventory for houses, which is still not a lot. A normal market is somewhere around 6 to 8 months supply of inventory. So we're still suffering from the lack of inventory. All right, so let's look at 92130, which is Carmel Valley. And interestingly enough, this is something that I was actually looking forward to show you, because Carmel Valley had one of the hottest markets all throughout San Diego County. And you can see from last year about this time to November of a year to date up to now, we are up by 30% in Carmel Valley. But if you compare the month of November to month of November of this year, you can see that we are down by about 6%, because we still are adjusting. Our numbers in the beginning of the year were much higher. So we are still adjusting. February through April of this year, we went up by crazy numbers. So then the interest rates started going up and we started adjusting our prices going down. But as you can see, supply of inventory, it's up crazy amount, 800%. But if you look at normal inventory levels, we're still not there. 1.8 means not even 2 months worth of inventory, which a normal market would want 6 months worth of inventory, and we're not anywhere near that. So let's look at our charts and see how all of MLS compares to Carmel Valley. And as you can see, Carmel Valley is much higher in price compared to the overall MLS, because it's a more affluent area, so their numbers are much higher than the rest of the county. Okay, let's look at 92103, and this is very interesting. 92103, we don't see the monthly drop from November 2021 to November 2022. I suspect this data is a little skewed, because if we have, let's say, a house that is 5 million, 6 million that has sold in that zip code, then it's going to skew our numbers. And I think that's what has happened here. But if you look at the condos, you can also see that that there's a 30% appreciation from November of last year to November of this year, but only slight 13% appreciation year to date. Now, you may ask, should I buy or should I wait? Well, based on these numbers that I just gave you, what do you think? Should you buy or should you wait? My answer to that would be go with what's right for your lifestyle. But these numbers, if you're looking at them in general, I would say go for it. It's time to buy. Now, you may say the same for should I sell or should I wait? And I would tell you still, if you look at these numbers show that overall the market is appreciating. So should you sell? Again, look at your lifestyle, look at your situation. If it's the time to sell, then go for it. And I am a firm believer in CNBC, which is one of those channels that I watch all the time. And CNBC's predictions are that we may be close to the end of this this rate hike story that we've been working with. And if that's the case, then it's really time to basically consider this as, okay, now we're normalizing the market. Well, that's my market update for the month of November. Thank you so much for joining me. And let me share some of my contact information. If you are on Instagram, you can find me at Roxanne Govari. And if you are trying to get a hold of me on my cell, here's my cell. My website is at Roxanne Govari. And of course, if you prefer to email me, here's my email address. Well, thank you very much for joining me. If you find this information useful, please give me a thumbs up. And if you have any questions or comments, please list them below. I always appreciate you engaging with me and giving me feedback on whether or not these market updates are helpful or not. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you soon.